What up? What up? Welcome back to another session of My Perspective. This time we're going to do the big fella, Desmond Watson. DW, Darkwing Duck. When you're in trouble, just call DW, Darkwing Duck. For y'all, you old head. Desmond Watson. Now you know how long I've been begging for a guy to compliment Vita Vaz so he can get an adequate break and the defense don't take a setback. Finally, I think my prayers have been answered. So let's just not talk about the obvious. He's a big guy. He should be able to. No, not everybody, and they don't understand schemes. But Desmond Watson does. And I'm going to explain why, because a lot of media outlets won't talk to you about it and teach you things. They'll just say the obvious. He's 464 pounds. But let's talk about actual football. So let's talk about the importance of why you need guys like this in Bowles' defense. Playing the one technique. Right in the gap. Irresponsible. Now you notice how 8 and 16 are to the sides of that. Blake, why? Because 8 is responsible for that gap to our left, the center's right, and 16 is responsible for that gap, the tackle's right. They're responsible for gaps. Watson's responsible for that gap. So let's check out what happens. Snap, boom. Watson, they try to reach block him so that this guard can get up to the linebacker, and they're gonna try to block him down. And then the one guy the back's got to make miss is 16. Watson shoves down everything. You see the importance of owning your gap. Watson did not move outside of his gap. Yeah, I know you can barely see it, but you can see the other linebacker's leg right there. You notice how there's nobody blocking him. You notice how there's nobody blocking 16. There's nobody blocking this guy here. He took up 3 men, the center, the guard, and the tackle. There's nobody that can get to the linebacker. So that means the SirVocea, Dennis, Lavonte, David can roam free. Look, there's just nowhere to go. That's why those guys are important. They don't show up on the stat sheet where you're like, oh, he's never down there. Because he doesn't have 12 sacks. It's not made for him to have that. It's made for him to free it up so everybody else can make a play. Now, if you can make a play on your own, hey, go for it, big fella. There you are at the zero tech, right over the center. And the center's going to have a hell of a day here. Ball snap, boom. Center, it's impossible for the center to reach him. He's trying his best, but he can't. Guard pulls around. Or tackle, whatever, either one. Slips the block. See, now these are the things he's got to good at is short-range burst. And the pros, you got to make these tackles because these big backs and these NFL backs, they're going to run through arm tackles. But again, let me point out, the guy behind him is free because you can't get up to the next level. That's why these guys are important on the front and the defensive line. That's stuff they don't talk to you about. If Watson can't get him, this linebacker should make this tackle because he has nobody to block it. Fortunate for Watson, boom, get the tree trunk down. Linebacker gets there. Watson gets there. Great play for a minimum gain. That's playing within your scheme. That's perfect. Oh, what about components? He's playing in the SEC. He's playing all top opponents. Now you're in the 2I, not the 3 tech yet. Well, no, he's at the 3. Excuse me. He's at the 3 tech right here. And let's see what he does. A little smaller interior lineman. Let's see how they do right here. Play goes away. Boom. Jumps over. Got a nice burst. Jumps. They stunt our right, their left. They stunt left. All right. Right on top of the center. Now close the pocket. Close the pocket. Keep your head. Where's the quarterback at? Close the pocket. Let me get this dude off me. Oh, wait, I can't. Let me get the tree trunk up. Right. Incomplete pass. Those are important. You see how he kept his eyes on the quarterback and was able to bat the ball down? You're at a zero technique again right here. Let's see what happens. Remember I told you about who's responsible for what gap? 29 is responsible to the right gap. 6 is responsible to the left gap of Watson. Let's see what happens. Obviously, you can see these guys are going to the left. They're right. Center tries to block down because he has an angle block on Watson, and ain't shit happen. He ain't moved nowhere. Closed up. Remember that guy 29 to the right? It's free. Who makes the tackle? 29. Oh, never mind. He doesn't, but he does get his hands on him, and Watson finishes up, and he stops a touchdown, which should have just been stuffed in the backfield because of Watson. So Watson essentially made 2 plays in 1 play. You allowed 29 to roam free to make the tackle, which he didn't, then got off your block and was able to make the stop and not give up a touchdown. That is the importance of why you have to have those interior linemen hold their ground. That is why, and that is why it's important. Just one more example. Where are we at? I'm sorry. Let me backtrack a little bit. Where are you at? Where's the center? Okay, so he's at the 2. Right? What was that? Jackson Dart back there? Trying to double team. Yeah, we got him, boys. We're going to block this big fella. Get your ass off me. And these guys are like, oh, shit. Even the linebacker behind him was like, God damn. He just got through 2 dudes. Oh, shit, I better make a play. Watson said, take it up. Take the play off. Player, I got it. Come here, little fella. Grabs him up. Slam. And that's how it is. That's how it's done, fellas. Watson, Shiloh Sanders, all these guys plugging in the Bowles defense. Now you're cooking with Crisco, baby. Thank you, Jason Light and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for hooking the Bowles up with some decent players and add to the defense, because Lord knows we needed some added depth. What do you guys think? I'm Blake Anthony. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do is entirely up to you. See you guys next time. Peace.